This season, there are a lot of anime that can be very hit or miss, or could have been very hit or miss. And today we're talking about one of the, what I would argue is a hit, something that's done quite well, and that is Yofukashi no Uta, or Call of the Night. Now, before we get into talking about it, I'm going to do the usual shilling, the shameless self-promotion stuff. But first we got something new. I have a Twitter. I've been using it a bit more frequently now to comment on each episode of shows that come out. Somewhat infrequently, but I've at least been doing it. There'll be a link to the Twitter in the description below. Go over there and follow me and stay up to date with what I'm saying about the anime, and then you can find out if I'm lying about my opinions or not. That'll be interesting. See if I get called out or not. And also, since you're here, let's play rock, paper, scissors. If you lose, you sub. On shoot, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. If you lost, you know what to do. Hit the sub button way down there, maybe consider leaving a like, maybe hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the videos I'm putting out for you, and tell me your thoughts on Yofukashi no Uta. So, Call of the Night, Yofukashi no Uta. What is it, in case you don't know? Well, let's start with the basic plot premise. Plot premise. So, there's this kid, Yaomori Ko, and he sneaks out in the middle of the night. He's having trouble sleeping, he's not been going to school, and so he just sneaks out. And he's just walking around the city at night, and he likes most of it, and then he just, ends up walking upon a vending machine. I'm kind of skipping over stuff here. He walks upon a vending machine, because Japan is full of them, that serves alcohol. And, temptation kicks in, and he's about to buy one, and then all of a sudden behind him, there's a girl. And she kind of calls him out and like, oh, what are you doing? It's a bit late, innit? And it turns out this girl is a vampire. Yep, she is a vampire. This is, if you couldn't tell that this show by its name, Call of the Night, is a show about vampires, or at least contains vampires, well, I'm sorry, but you might be a little slow. Maybe I shouldn't insult my audience. Who cares? Fuck it. We'll do it anyway. Where was I? Oh yes. So, Nazuna, the name of this vampire, and she makes a pretty big impact on Yaomori Ko's life in the very short amount of time that we have seen in the anime. Right now, let me just double check which episode released the most recently as of when I'm recording this, so you can have a rough idea of the time frame of when I'm recording this. Good God, I should have done this before. I'm not going to cut any of this out. This is all going to stay in. Episode 4. I'm recording this about half a week after episode 4 came out. Episode 5 for me is coming out in a couple days. I'd assume episode 6 will have been out by the time this goes up, so yeah. A week and a half will have passed before this actually goes live. Maybe more, I don't really know. But anyway, enough rambling. And this show is really good. First of all, let's touch on the visuals. The visuals are really nice. It's really pretty. It's a nice show to look at, especially the backgrounds and scenery. The stylistic choices of how this show presents the nighttime is really nice. The character designs are also pretty interesting. You have Nazuna, who is, obviously going to look a lot different to, generic Japanese guy and generic Japanese girl, as we are introduced to a bit later on. Also, although so far those are the only 3 characters we've actually been introduced to, at least relevant characters. There have been a few background characters here and there, mainly a group of drunks. But yeah, and then we have the music. My God, this show's music kind of goes hard. I'm gonna be real. The OP and ED slap, like, Creepy Nuts, I believe that's the name of the band. Yo, it goes hard. And they also do a lot of the insert songs as well. It's so good. The music is really, really good. Like, straight up. Go listen to just the music real quick. Just do that for me. But now let's talk about some more of the deeper things. In fact, no, we won't. I'll talk about one more weird thing. Basically, the whole plot thread of this show is a quote-unquote romance of Yaomori Ko trying to fall in love with Nazuna. Because the only way to become a vampire is to be bitten by a vampire that you are in love with. I don't quite know how that works, but fuck it. It's just how it works. Let's move on. So, as I said, the show does have a focus on romance, but that's definitely not the core focus of this. This show touches on the appeal of the night and why people might stay up late and sneak out in the middle of the night. Mainly through Nazuna. She is the mouthpiece, effectively, for this viewpoint, if you will. Yes, I'm getting all analytical on you, fuck off. Well, it's not really analytical, because she says it word for word. The line is, people stay up late because they are not satisfied with their day, and you'll sleep better when you are satisfied with your day. And honestly, there is a lot of truth to that. I personally would attest to it. When I have spent my day doing things I enjoy, instead of things I do not, I sleep better and I don't stay up as late because I'm not trying to fill the time I've got left doing things I enjoy and end up doing them for a lot longer than I really should. For example, after a long day's work, get back, play games, watch YouTube, watch anime, record videos, for example. And I'll do that for a lot longer than I really should because I want to get the most out of the time I've got left in the day, and then it ends up being, you know, especially when it comes to reading webtoons, and then it gets to about 2-3 AM and I've got to be up at 7 for work, you know, that kind of thing. And it's a really interesting way it does it with Yamwari Core, the main character, who is clearly, he's not had the best time at school. He's a loner, he doesn't have many friends, and he is very clearly dissatisfied with his life at school and at home, and so he sneaks out to get something more out of his day by exploring the night. And it's a really interesting way to it's a really interesting idea to explore, first of all, and it's a really interesting way of doing it through the vampire, who effectively becomes Yamwari Ko's quote-unquote first, you'll see if you watch it, friend. And it's a really, honestly, wholesome story with a nice little theme running through it, and some really good music, and some nice visuals. Honestly, if it keeps up doing what it's doing, it's going to be one of the best shows this season, in my opinion. And I'm sure it will. So, go check it out. I'm sure it'll be worth your time. And, with all that said, I've been Animosity, you've been you, and I'm just going to look time for another video. Ta-ta, for now.